Hello everybody and welcome back to a second round 4 match here on Venus Forge. Yeah, being able to cast 2 matches in each round, a little bit more preferable than one. So that is what we're doing. Luckily these two that are playing here in this round actually watched the last cast I did for JWix versus Awasi, so big thank you for them to watching that. And I'm going to get into introducing our players. Down in the southwest, sporting olive green, we have Obelus going for a single air opener as UEF, and opening with a single bomber to go scout his opponent, who is spawning in as the white Cybern ACU, going for a double land opener. We have Ixin. He here today is my collaborator and is collaborating with me on all of the Fallen Titans tournaments this year, and is even hosting some of them. We are taking turns hosting them, and are collaborating together to bring you monthly tournaments this year. So big thank you to him for helping with that, and moderating this tournament as it goes when he is not playing. But here today, we're gonna see him run a match against Obelus here today, who is also one of my tournament moderators. So yeah, a match between very big helpers to these tournaments. So yeah, I pretty much had time to cast this match, so I'm gonna cast it to just to give a big thank you to these two. So yeah, Obelus trying to get something out of this air production here. Looks like he did attempt to bomb that engineer, but AA is gonna come up in time. Don't go and bomb it now. Okay, he's going to notice, yeah, the AA isn't done yet. Bombing the AA is not the right thing to target there. If he kept flying straight and then came around, he wouldn't have flown over the AA, but he is going to lose a plane to this. Yep. Don't know why you're still bombing the AA. It's not the right call. Yeah, pulling out way too late, losing 3 of his bombers. Losing all of his bombers. All 4 bombers go down. It's very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. Alright, looks like Ixin is formulating a push here in middle with a single adapter and a few loyalists. Both players are expanding, is what you like to see. Looking like this might come up to be quite the game here. Ixin is taking center here. Expanding into here with all these 4 mass points would be good to hold for him. Obelus doesn't really have much to stop him at the moment. Is continuing to expand though. Obelus is ahead on the mass per second here. Ixin is now beginning his push. Alright, let's see how Obelus plays this. Gonna do a quick bombing run, but these adapters for Ixin are gonna shut that down. Yeah, bomber goes down. Oh, and so does another. Almost makes it out of there, though. I think at this point, maybe we just stop air production, do a full transition into land. And Ixin, this is a good move here. Ixin pushing into Obelus's expansion. He sees it, though, and runs his engineer away. Is still trying to bomb that army. Is going to push some of these over here. We don't even have enough res for mech guns, so this is going to work. Yeah, move this. We got to bring this engineer out. He's had plenty of time to move it out of there. That's rough. Obelus deciding to push through middle since Ixin's army is in his expansion. I think that shield came up a little prematurely. And yeah, Ixin is now ahead on the mass game. Running 2 mass per second ahead of his opponent. And is floating a bit of mass as well. Oh, he stalled energy. I see. Yeah, he stalled his energy. So technically, both players are quite even on the economy. Just Obelus not having a stalled energy. Ixin is throwing up energy generators as you see his energy per second shoot up. Obelus is pushing up here in mid. Is going to have to be careful of that Brackman fire, though. Don't walk into the... There we go. Okay, now we're actually microing our units. There we go. Ixin not paying attention to his force in the south. And yeah, Obelus losing a lot of units here. Is going to try to throw down a PD. We don't really have much to hold that, though. And yeah, now Ixin is pushing in the south. He isn't really paying a whole lot of attention, though, to it. Obelus has lost his entire army here in center. And, we are stalling that land factory, but not much else. It is going to try and PD creep here. We do have factory TML coming out, so I don't know if that's going to work. It looks like this army is going to go down. Not paying attention to it, the loyalists and bots are just getting outranged by the UEF rockheads. As Obelus is focusing down these adapters with his bombers. 2 PD here now. He's somehow holding this position here. He needs to pay attention down here and down south, though, or he's going to lose more mass extractors than he wants to. Falling farther and farther behind in the eco side of things. Now behind 4 mass per second of Ixin. Ixin now has fixed his energy problem, so that is not an issue anymore. Obelus now slowly running into an energy issue. Finally thwarts that push down in south. Yeah, the energy problem is catching up to him now. He's floating around 800 mass. It's not what you want. He forgot to build extra energy generators. Yep, and you see him responding to it now. He knows. Wow. I think we should just push back here. I think we're overextended. Okay, the factory does go down, so he is going to try and hold this position. Going to be quite tough with the factory TML being here and the adapters. Adapters should thwart that UEF, any UEF MMLs or anything of the sort. And the ACU is getting hit really hard here by TMLs. He throws out the GG pretty early, I think. Move your ACU, man. There we go. Down to 2,000 health just from TML. Those out the GG, and it seems Ixin is a little confused. This game does not seem over right now. Needs to put something on this factory. He just doesn't have the energy. He's floating over 1,000 mass. Yeah, if he didn't install the energy, he would be in a lot better of a position now. I think he needs to bring this his ACU back, get it repaired, be safe, or bring an engineer up to repair it. Maybe build a new NG. He has stopped his air production, I believe. Yes, he has. Yeah, needs to be careful here with how low his ACU is. Ixin has now repaired since their engagement. He's now spending his mass up on this forward front. And yeah, he's slowly falling behind with the eco. Yeah. Ixin is now above, up to 9 above Obelus' mass per second now. And yeah, Cobra is now coming out for Ixin as well. Just slowly taking out this forward position here for Obelus, and yeah. That energy stall was gnarly. I believe if that didn't happen, this game would have gone a little differently. Don't lose the ACU. Yeah, the ACU goes down to TML. Ouch. Alright. GG's, and Ixin is now 1-up. Stay tuned for the next round. Alright, and welcome back to Game 2. On Open Palms. One of these staple 1v1 maps in the SC2 community, especially against the pros. And we have it here today on... or between our first player, sporting his usual olive green, sitting there idly for a second. There we go. Looks like he was deciding what to do, going for a double land opener as UEF and expanding with both engineers. Now his opponent, Ixin, going white as Cybrin, going for a single air factory, and I'm assuming is going to go scout. Yes, he is. Obelus doing something different than normal here. Gotta be wondering what he's doing here. Three land, actually. Wow. Ixin transitioning into 2 land as a response. Yeah, we'll see how this goes for Obelus. Yeah, good move, bringing this Enchi back. Looks like he's going to push hard into this western or this eastern expansion here with his ACU. That game is over when... Okay, yeah. He did get a lot with that. We're going straight for AA over here. Ixin bombing the commander, dropping some bombs on that that metal head of his. Yeah, AA coming up for these factories over here as well. And Ixin looks like he forewent the second land factory and has just built the first one. Losing a plane there over the factory anti-air and building a radar by it. There's a good spot for that. Yeah. It looks like he forgot energy again, so he's stalling a bit. But the energy is coming up. Yep, good target there. That mass extractor is just out of the AA range. Yeah, this E-stall is rough. It's not what you want in these types of games, especially in a tournament. I understand the nerves are high, but gotta remember to build energy. Yeah. Oh, AA coming up on this factory. Ixin is not going... He's not going to stop bombing this mass extractor, though, and it is going to go down. Yeah. Yeah, with that E-stall, Ixin pulls ahead in the economy. This expansion was heavily stalled by that. Pretty unfortunate for Obelus, but we'll see how he does. Yep. Ixin learning there is AA here. Is going to back out of that. Going to try to rebuild this mass extractor. That engineer is a little bit out in the open, though. Looks like Ixin does catch that, not dropping the bombs, pulling out too early. And getting tickled by the AA just a little bit. Brings the ACU back into the base to be covered by the anti-air. Ixin just building up loyalists as this goes on. Both players not moving their units anywhere. This expansion finally comes up here for Obelus. And now Ixin is moving out with his forces. As he saturates his western expansion. And the backside and the back as well. Gonna throw down some research stations back there. That is a good spot for that. And Obelus now does see this force pushing on the eastern side. Does do a response to intercept this. The air moves out as well to put some bombing runs in. I'm gonna split a little bit here. Only losing one, and that bomb bounces? I've never seen that happen before. Bomb bounces across the ground. And Ixin catching one of Obelus's expansions off again. A little bit of deja vu as to what happened the last game, but we do have forces going to catch this as this this group of loyalists does get back over here. Obelus jumping on top of this group of loyalists. Looks like more rockheads went down there. Pretty decent engagement there for Ixin. Hmm. Yeah, now Ixin's running away with the economy. 20 mass per second compared to Obelus's 9.9. Wow. Looks like we're going to have another bombing run here. Good splits here. I think that was just lucky that more tanks did not go down there. Both engineers coming over here. Another bombing run. That's going to be a rough one. Actually picks off 2 that time. Flying right over the AA, though. No fighters go down. Ixin posturing with these 4 loyalists. A turd of loyalists here. That still speaks like to say. Does look like we have mech guns. Yes, we do. We do have mech guns. Yep, mech guns indeed. That's going to stop these Cybern flanks for a while until they get up to bigger numbers. Getting up the reclaim down here, I do like that. Especially being behind on eco, you need everything you can get. He's up to 15 mass per second. Catching up quite quick here, actually. Although, now you see the gantry start to build. And, yeah. If Obelus wants this game to go his way, he needs to do something before Megaliths are on the field. And by this point, even if he does push, I think they'll be done building. So, a lot of AA being built. I think this is too much. Too much mass spent into anti-air here. Wow. It's like we're trying to flank again. We see this, wow. Obelus' engineer gets all the way over here. Yep, mega inbound indeed. Oh! Picks off that land factory as Obelus was building it. There's actually a short on my channel where I did that to him. He hates that. That's actually crazy that that just happened. Wow. There's no way. Oh my goodness. Come on, watch this. Yep, there we go. We are splitting this. Good. Oh, rough bombing run though. Gets a chunk of 3 units out of that, and it looks like this engineer has actually managed to build the anti-air over here. That is quite surprising. Oh, I think P-shields might have been a better play here, but it doesn't matter now. There is a megalith on the field, and this anti-air does not get finished. Yeah. Wonderful megalith. Wonderful megalith. Yeah. Now it makes you think, what is Obelus going to do against this? I have no idea. Ixin has almost saturated all of his mass points on his side of the map, whereas Obelus has been kept down to his base, this extra one, this one here, and this expansion here. Letting himself be very, like, pushed into a circle here, not expanding, and staying at home a lot. I think we could have been a little aggressive at least. But yeah. Yeah, but I think it's too late at this point. We already have the Mega on the field. The factory shields might be able to hold out a while against it, but they won't hold out forever for sure, especially if Ixin goes training. A small mass lead. Ixin is running in 39 mass per second, and Obelus has 20. Yeah, that's just a slight mass lead. 18 now, actually. He just lost another extractor. Yeah, falling back with these forces is what you want to do. With Brackman, too, to support that as well. It's going to make it hard for Obelus to push into it. He's going to have to keep weaving side by side, and that's going to give the Megaliths time to fire on the main army. Yeah, we need P-shields or something. Afterburn. But I don't think we have it. Big army diverted back here to deal with that. Jeez. Watch that on the mini-map as that goes down. Ixin does not seem to be paying attention to that at all. Yeah, he is going to win that engagement at least. Not this one, though, I don't believe. Yeah, watch the UEF tanks just go down to those megas. And we have a cicada on the field, add insult to injury. Wow. Wow. Look at that just constant arch of Brackman fire. Jeez. Obelus throws out the GGs. Yeah, dear God, I agree with you there. And, yep, he control Ks. Ixin wins his round 4 match and will be moving on to round 5. Congratulations, and good luck to Obelus making your way through the lower bracket. We'll be back with a round 5 match. Be sure to stay tuned in.